Last time on Rolling with the Homies. That was good, wasn't it?
Halfling!
Artie just looks up.
Yes, hello, he says. Have you seen the iron refinery just outside of town?
Yes.
Just in case one of us didn't know, could you just describe it real quick?
I'm sorry. Hello. It's good to meet you. Can we be friends? John starts crying.
Welcome back to Rolling with the Homies. So, you guys have just descended this ramp into a much larger chamber. Those of you who have dark vision can see into the room fairly clearly. Those of you that don't, you see this room filled with diffuse light. It's fire light coming from either side of the room. Those of you with dark vision see ahead of you fairly clearly. There is a figure slumped up against a stone table, kind of in front of you off to the side, like a stone workbench. This room is very clearly some kind of metalworking room. There's a lot of the diffuse light comes from furnaces on the sides of the room. There's a bunch of stone and metal work benches, a bunch of strange machinery that you don't understand deeper in the room. But your immediate attention, even those of you who don't have dark vision can see this figure that is kind of sitting down, slumped up against this stone table in front of you.
Bets on he's dead.
Perception roll for corpse spell.
The black smudge streaks on the ground kind of continue, and there is a patch a little bit further beyond the guy or the body that is the figure that is up against this table. A little bit further beyond, there's kind of this concentrated lump of the black stuff that you see.
Good.
Alive.
I would like to roll perception.
Thank you.
Can I do it?
Sure.
Or like,
Can I do
can
it?
we do investigation?
Roll.
Because if
You would
we're-
do nature for
Nature.
I'd like to tell if he's alive from far away, I suppose.
Would that be medicine?
Oh, medicine, yeah. Roll for
Oh,
medicine.
actually,
sorry.
yeah.
I have a pretty good medicine.
13 for medicine.
Happy because my medicine is better than my nature.
Yeah.
17 for medicine.
I got a 13, yeah. But I'll do a
You don't detect any.
perception.
You don't detect any signs of life.
Okay.
Cool.
I would like to go up and do investigation.
You walk into this room.
Yeah.
Okay, you approach this figure on the ground. Okay. So, as Keothi kind of walks up, Keothi looks at this figure. It is a. Do you have dark vision? You would. You're a Goliath. I think you do. Yeah. You kind of see that this is a half orc, male. He's dressed in like reasonably kind of comfortable clothes. He clearly wasn't going anywhere, just kind of like casual sort of gear. There is a sword kind of on the ground next to him. It's kind of discarded. Next to him, his other hand, there is a book that has been is open on a page, and his hand is kind of limply resting on this book. There is also just the black smudge is kind of affecting him in a number of places, it seems.
Okay.
It's not like just all of like half of him like it was with the half elf upstairs. It's just kind of there's a couple of places where it looks like he's been like kind of affected by this dark magic.
So like plague-like?
A little bit, yeah, sort of. They
Or
look like
plague-like, or like attacked, like he was punched with it?
No. They look like infections.
Okay.
But if they're just like splotches.
Yeah.
Did you say before that there was no magic? There was no more magic to detect?
You could tell that it was made with magic. These marks.
Do you think if I did detect magic, I could learn a bit more?
How long does detect magic take to cast?
I don't know. Let me check.
The short sword, or the.
So have all of you walked up, by the way? Keanu?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've all kind of walked up and you've gathered. Florian's hanging back.
Looking at the sword, does it match at all the sword wound I saw in the previous body? Or is it two different weapons?
Or gee whiz, that'd be a very high.
Gee whiz.
Please.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. Investigation?
Yeah, that'd be an investigation roll.
It doesn't say time, it just says one action.
One action. Yeah, okay, you can use detect magic.
It is what it is.
We'll just wait to see how
that one
Ayla does
worked.
with the
21.
21.
What's this
Okay,
called?
Investigation on the swords.
Okay.
far as you can tell, the sword that is next to this orc is a much bigger sword than the one that pierced the half.
Did we work out whether he died from the black smudge or if he died from another reason?
You do not know
Investigate.
just yet.
Okay.
However, I would like Florian to roll for perception for me.
Fuck, someone's coming up from behind.
It is what it is.
I hate all of you. Oh,
Oh,
I got
no.
a 7.
No.
Okay.
It's time to bust out the passive perception.
Rip
Yep.
Florian.
Okay, that's
Passive
thanks for that
perception
roll.
was 12.
Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah,
It's
go
Florian
fuck
is just
yourself.
kind of
He's once again like,
looking around.
y'all, do they have scarlets in here too?
Nah. So as you guys are kind of like looking at this body, who was it that was asking about? It was you,
Hi.
Cloud. Do you want to roll for investigation, or would it be it'd be
Or
medicine to figure out how he died?
yeah.
Medicine.
I would rather roll for investigation.
Roll for medicine, please.
Med 6.
Yeah, you have no idea how
I
this
have
guy
no
died.
clue.
I am pretty good.
Bro dead, and that's about it.
Okay. You have
He's
done detect.
dead?
How does
What is
detect
that?
magic work? Is it AOE, or is it just like do you select a target?
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see it faint or around any visible creature or object in your area that bears magic, and you learn a school of magic, if any.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've used detect magic.
I have now.
Okay.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
You, as you're kind of looking down at this orcish, this half-orc's limp body, lifeless body in front of you, you use detect magic, expecting maybe to see the orc light up. However, you sense that deeper into the room, where the dark mass that was on the ground, you sense magic from over there.
That's why.
It is not the only magic presence in the room, however, anything else that you would be able to see is concealed, like it's behind the black mass. And as you look over, it starts to.
I can penetrate most barriers, so.
I think it also tells you the school of
Yeah.
It's very ancient. This is ancient magic.
Ooh.
Nothing you recognise. Like it's
Nothing
it's,
I
it's,
want to fuck with.
shit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I think that might
You don't
have been
know
all
my
I
story.
Are you
Um,
telling us
as
this?
you- as
Are
you
you
look-
telling us this?
As you look over, as Argo looks over, the black lump on the ground starts to rise up,
Oh.
get to its feet,
It's
and
feet.
before you is a very charred but ready to go zombie. Would you all please roll for initiative?
Yay.
Wait.
He's ready
Why
to
do
fight.
I have -1 initiative? Sorry, I just noticed
Because you
that.
have only 8 dexterity.
Oh, T.
Keothi got 20 non-natural.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 16.
7.
So is this zombie covered in black goo?
Yeah, like he looks like he's been
Alrighty.
very, very heavily
Let's
affected by
start
this stuff.
figuring out what
Oh
Gotta
yeah, dirty 20.
pillar. Yeah.
Argo got a 20.
Yeah. I got
I
ready.
got a 12.
12. John got a 12.
Yellow got a 17.
I got a 12 also.
I got a 17. What did you get? Sorry.
12 also.
You were 12. Florian?
16.
16.
It is killing time, my dudes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my dudes.
Why
So-
don't you just try to speak to it?
No.
Okay.
This zombie gets to its feet and starts to amble towards you. First up, we have Keothi. What are you doing?
Keothi takes out his water staff and let's have a think. So this zombie, this charred zombie, is it coming towards us?
Yeah, it's sort of like slowly sort of working its way towards you.
Keothi would just like to straight up go up and
Give it a whack.
give it a whack.
Okay.
That
Would
is
you like
generally
to
your
roll an
mode
attack
of
for me?
That is
attack, Kate, I've noticed.
just give it a whack. 19.
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage, please.
4 damage.
Okay, 4 damage. Alright, is that what you're doing?
That's. Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, that's all I can do because I've got a weapon in my hand. Yep.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have Argo. What are you doing?
Good cough first. Cool. Argo is instinctively just gonna grab their longbow and fire a shot at the zombie.
Alright, so you load up a arrow into your longbow. Would you like to make an attack roll for me, please?
8.
8 just misses. So
That was
you
bad. I
kind
had a
of
+7. I got a 1.
you
I did not do well.
you guys kind of see this tiny halfling take out this big old longbow and knock an arrow ready to go. And
Don't you
kind of
condescend, doggo.
lines up the shot and fires, but is excruciatingly close to hit
Just
him.
past the ear.
And yeah, the rest of you kind of like, well, not everyone has dark vision. Oh wait, do halflings have dark vision?
No, so
No.
that's my
Well, that's
excuse.
You guys can, yeah,
That's
you
my
can blame it on the
excuse.
dark vision.
Blame it on
Lack of dark
blame it on the
vision.
dark
Yeah.
vision.
Blame it on
Okay.
On the boogie, mainly.
Next up, we have Ayla. What are you doing?
Right, so Keothi's within 5 feet of the zombie because they ran up and did a melee.
Yes.
Perfect. So sprinting up, and unsheathing my rapier as I do, a rapier rather, I am going to go for an attack with an attempt, if it hits, for a sneak attack. Because
Can you do that if they're aware of you?
yeah, once per turn you can deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack with a finesse or ranged weapon. If you have advantage on the attack roll, you don't need advantage. If another enemy of the target's within 5 feet, they're not incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
It's
that works. Yep.
It's kind of just balancing why I don't have extra attacks.
Yep.
But alright,
Okay.
talked up a lot, so I better hit
Yeah.
this.
Roll to hit.
9.
9 just hits.
Let's go.
So you see this kind of nimble elf dart through this dark room around the rest of you, kind of sneak up around the Goliath that is currently like kind of hulking in front of this zombie, and go slice and dice and make julienne fries with a rapier. Would you like to roll the damage for me?
I would love to. Okay, first off a 1d8. 8 plus 3 is 11, and then 2d6. That's 2 1s. So 13.
13 damage.
13 damage. Let's get this bread.
Beautiful. It is the zombie's turn. He is in pain. He's not having a good time. Thank you. He's not having a good time. He is going to lash out and make an attack on the guy who just skewered him, which is Ayla. And so he is going to make a slam attack. So what is your armor class for me?
14.
Just misses. He rolled a 13. So he rolls a 13 to hit, kind of tries to go for a big old swipe with the arm, but you just managed to duck out of the way in time. And he's kind of, he's suffering, but he's, you know,
Yeah, it's fine.
he hasn't managed to hurt any of you. Next up, we have Florian. What are you doing?
He's booking it.
Booking.
He's fucking. So I got 30 feet of movement. He's just opposite direction,
Going back up the ramp.
straight back up the ramp.
All right,
Oh,
you
damn
run.
you.
You run back up the ramp.
But Barry is left behind.
Barry is left behind.
The snake is left behind. He's
You-
curling. He's just watching what's happening.
So the snake is currently on the floor.
Yeah.
Just watching what's going on.
It's like it's
Having a
just
good
a
time.
snake.
Okay.
He's not that snake. He's just
Okay.
like a garden snake.
So behind you, you kind of hear as Florian like kind of books it up the stairs,
Covered in a lot of jewelry.
and
there
you
would be
guys
noise.
sort of, those of you that have dark vision, kind of see this snake just sort of like on the floor, like watching what's going on, and you're like, okay.
Yes.
I got arms. Just kidding. I was.
Next up, we have lovely John and his containers.
Can I?
Oh no, you left the containers upstairs, didn't you? In the
Yeah, I took
cart.
them in my little.
Oh, you've got the cart with you,
wheelbarrow.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
got a wheelbarrow of
Very
containers.
important story. Very important.
Okay.
So can I Eldritch Blast?
Okay.
Can
You're
I?
not playing around.
Guess you weren't expecting that from the
John?
container cart dwarf.
John just like delicately puts his pack down and just.
Not messing around.
Do you need to roll to hit? You need to roll to hit that, right? Yeah.
I think I've got a button for it.
Yep.
So
Roll to hit for me.
nat 20. I got
Oh, that's a critical.
John's
Okay.
John was
John
not
comes
messing
through.
around.
Yeah.
John's a container, my dude.
I can't contain myself.
So,
What can I say?
You guys kind of see John with his little wheelbarrow sort of tuck it away to the side, just like gently
Where's
pat
the
the
camera?
bag like with the containers, and then just full on go crazy with an eldritch blast.
Go crazy,
The two
go
of you that are currently
stupid.
in front of the
Oh.
of the zombie just managed to get out of the way
Oh,
in
thank
time
you.
as you realise what's. I'm not gonna dog you like that on a natural 20 to hit. Don't worry.
Thank you.
And
moves
can you
around
roll for damage for me?
we just see the path of the Eldritch Blast go. 9. I got 9.
You got 9 damage on a critical, so it's 2.
You got to roll twice.
Oh, so again.
You just double the damage, don't you? You just double the.
Oh, I don't know if it's double you.
Oh no, sorry, you double the roll and then add the modifier. I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
So what did you roll?
9.
You don't have a modifier for Eldritch Blast? It's just 1d10, is it, or something?
I
1d10,
think it is,
yeah.
because I don't know if you actually. Oh, it should.
There's no damage modifier.
I don't know if there is actually.
So it's just 18 then.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
just 18. Perfect.
Okay, needless to say, this
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Because you don't get it until you get Agonizing Blast, the invocation.
Say again.
You know, one of the Warlock invocations where they upgrade their stuff? This
Uh-huh.
one, yeah, this one that lets you put the modifier.
Yes,
Ah,
indeed.
okay. Right.
You're saying
Yes.
Rules.
Yeah, I know.
the rules.
I know how to.
of
I know how to
D&D.
play this
He's
game.
saying words, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure they make sense.
I don't think my character speaks that language.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Arvin doesn't speak nerd.
Yeah, you guys kind of see this this small dwarven man. He unleashes this Eldritch Blast. It hits the zombie square in the chest, and by the time the energy from it has dissipated, the zombie he's gone. He's turned into dust on the floor.
You didn't even get
The
to
man's
the
is
poison spray
dead.
or whatever. John kissed
So
his
well done.
nostrils.
You guys have successfully dispatched a zombie.
Well, John,
You ate slow claps, to be honest.
Yeah.
Slow
that
clap
was
had a
me.
moment.
Like, no one expected John. It was just
Can Florian roll for stealth and like try and pretend he was there the entire time?
we saw it.
Just like appear and he was
Yeah,
like,
go.
"Good job,
Roll.
guys."
Roll.
It's gonna be really bad.
Deception.
It was a nat 20, it was 23!
So Florian has somehow reappeared into your presence. Like, wow, that was great.
Wow,
In-
good job, saw the entire thing.
Don't
Yeah.
you even try bubblegum.
My name is Florian.
Don't test me.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You missed the
Shut
shot.
you down.
I doubt that Florian would know that John did that because nobody was no one expecting that. Florian
You
didn't
were
see
in
it.
the room.
If you weren't there to watch it, who would believe it?
Not me.
No.
Okay.
A turntables.
The bluff.
Mm.
Anyway,
All right. What are you guys
anyway,
doing? You currently have a pile of zombie dust in front of you.
Put it in container. Put it in a container.
John goes over to his wheelbarrow, selects an appropriately sized container,
And
and
Yue hands him a dustpan and broom.
yeah, Yue finds a dustpan and broom in one of the nooks on her shell and like kind of gives it to John, and John sort of deftly sweeps it up into the box, into the container.
Okay, Keothi.
No one has a bag of holding, but we do have Yue's shell.
Keothi would like to walk over to the book that he saw beforehand and use his quarterstaff to move it out of the dude's hand. And then he's going to kneel down and just. What does he have? He has a little knife. He's going to use that to flip the pages.
Yep.
He's not going to touch.
Okay, so as you kind of walk over to this, back over to this half orc on the ground, you sort of use your quarterstaff to like kind of get the. I'm not going to make you roll for it. You use the quarterstaff to like get the book out, and before you start turning the pages, once you kneel down, you actually see on the pages written in what looks like blood is the words "I'm scared"
Jesus.
Oh wow.
in kind of shaky handwriting. And as you
Just in
look,
common?
can you roll for perception for me?
Yeah.
In common.
Yeah, in common.
If you're scared of that.
Y'all, when I'm nervous, I usually write it in a book.
17?
Yes.
Yeah, you also notice that on the kind of tip of this orc's finger, there is some dried blood. So it looks as though he has written "I'm scared" with blood in this book.
Wouldn't you just find a pen? You know, it's a bit.
I think this was like
dramatic.
almost
It's a bit.
dying
I was just
words.
about to
That's
say that.
like-
You and I are on the same
It's
page.
just-
Slightly dramatic. I agree with you.
There are easier ways to get a message across.
Yes, yes.
Why didn't he speak into the special stone?
Maybe
know, why
he
didn't
didn't
he?
have access
Well, where
to a
is the
stone.
special?
Did he? I don't know.
Sad.
I mean, I do. I'm the DM.
Yeah, I was like,
But you're asking these questions.
There's a lot of
You was just asking the group just as
Oh,
a
yeah,
thought.
do you want
She's
to
just like,
yeah,
yeah.
guys.
speak
I want
into your
her.
little imaginary valuable stone that none of us are going to steal again?
Ooh, you know
Yeah,
what?
maybe if it's in the
You know
room,
what we
it'll
should
echo.
try? We should try speaking to the stone and see if we can hear it. You know, like when you call the phone and you wait for the phone to ring?
Yeah.
I really like that
Wait, in the
idea.
fantasy phone. Because fantasy.
You know when you
call
call a
Carrier
raven?
pigeon.
When you call your carrier pigeon, you wait
No.
for the other carrier pigeon.
I have really good
In 6 to
hearing.
8
My
weeks.
horns act like antennas. They just kind of like
Well,
do everything, so I'll keep an ear out. Go for it.
Okay, so
Okay.
well, Keothi will pull out the stone and start saying hello.
Hello?
Hello? Wait,
Can I?
Wait,
what would
Hi.
that be?
wait, it's near.
Where are you?
Okay.
You
I'll
guys-
investigate.
Do we know where it's? What would we roll to see where it's from?
Investigation.
I'm gonna say that you all kind of isolate where it is because
We all
it's
just-
very near to all of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
the
in Florence.
orc's other hand is kind of clenched tight. And as you guys are listening to Keothi talk into the stone and hearing the sound, it's coming from from his hand.
Florian,
That's where the voice is coming from.
Florian goes over.
No.
and grabs it.
Keothi's right there, and he grabs it before Florian can.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he loves friends, but he's just he doesn't want to fail this mission.
So you, I'm gonna make you do a strength check just because he's kind of rigor mortem and he'd be difficult to
Yeah.
open up a very clenched.
Who's Boris?
4.
Okay.
It was almost a 20.
If it was a natural one, I would have failed you, but it's a 4, so it's fine.
so I
Bobby, too
can
strong.
I open it or not?
Yeah, you can like
You
like
just
kind
look
of
at
like
the-
it
you
takes
look a bit
takes you a bit of
dead.
effort, but you like clench open his hand and manage to like,
Florian lost.
create enough of a space to slip the stone out.
Okay.
You now have both the sending and receiving sending stone.
Easy.
What are the rest? What are the rest of you doing? Are you just kind of like watching this happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Frankly, racist.
I might have a look around this room. Are there any
Yeah.
other exits? What?
Okay, so you're stepping a bit further.
Huh?
Yeah, just a little bit further out, having a look, seeing what else is in here.
Okay. So you guys, as you're kind of all crowded around this half-orc's dead body, Keothi's kind of quite happy. You know, yay, we've got the sending stones. Ayla starts to wander off into the middle of the room. Now, when Orca, not Orca, I keep saying Orca, Argo cast. Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying Orca.
It's a bit
I'll get
different
there.
now.
I'll get there eventually. When Argo cast Detect Magic, they detected
Angel.
Two-
Right.
yeah, that's right, either works.
Yeah.
Forgot how gender fluid pronouns work.
Yeah.
They detected 2 magical presences. One was the black lump. One was another presence which couldn't be seen. However, now the black lump has risen, been fought, and turned into dust.
You're welcome.
As
Okay, go on.
as Ayla ventures deeper into this room, she is suddenly overcome with a very, very strong emotional weight. It feels like all of a sudden you feel, not from yourself, from something. It's like empathically you have connected with something.
Ayla is like watching someone cry, but in
You
her
hear,
heart.
you feel it, like whatever this is that's connected with you, it feels guilty. It's scared, it's afraid, it's lonely. It's freaking out, whatever this thing is. It is very, very, very sad. And it's not sure what's going on. It's like having a panic attack. Whatever this thing is that you've just connected with.
Yeah.
You okay?
I don't fully know yet, if I'm being honest.
Why is everyone so
I saw the magic.
It's... I think there's something else here, and I don't know if it's
Yeah.
necessarily...
Can you roll perception for me? Are you
He's
just are you like kind of like in
Yeah,
shock?
I'm just gonna
Like-
I'm gonna be completely still, not necessarily in shock, but more just
Yeah.
not wanting to move in case.
The rest
Don't
of
wanna
you,
mess with it.
yeah, the rest of you can you all roll perception as well, assuming you've started paying attention
yes.
to what
Yeah,
Ayla's
yeah.
doing.
Based on just the way, like the
Fuck,
Florian's
what are my
like
rolls
schooling
tonight?
enchantment,
Yeah, exactly.
he would probably think that he's been she's been charmed. So can I roll Arcana to see the vibes of the spell she's under?
I have advantage against being charmed.
I just got a nat 20. That would be a 21
On Arcana,
on Arcana check. On
Oh wait,
her.
Arcana. I chose the wrong
No,
one.
no, no,
what are
it's
the
you're
rest of
doing
you? What are the rest of you
perception.
rolling on
I chose to do
perception?
Arcana.
4.
I have 12. But can
I
I
perceive nothing.
For John.
I sensed that there was magic.
5.
Can I get a bonus?
Okay, you rolled a 12, did you, Argo? Was that a 12? Okay. Yeah, okay. Argo, looking into the room where Ayla is currently standing quite still, kind of still overcome with this emotional wave from somewhere, sees on the ground a kind of purpley sort of flicker, something pulsating. Not uniformly, like it's kind of flickering in and out, a bit like a fire, but this is like a kind of purple, like purplish light, just on the ground. You can't exactly tell what it is. You're a halfling. You don't have dark vision,
Yeah.
so it's
Is it
kind
like-
of like
Physically there?
yeah, it's physically there.
Can
Whatever
you,
it is.
pointing it out?
Can you?
Yeah, I'll point out like.
Yeah.
What's
Oh,
that?
what's that? Yeah.
What is that?
Okay.
Can we see it?
Yeah, you all look down.
I point.
Those of you with dark vision see on the ground, kind of past a little bit further into the room. It looks like an hourglass. So on either side, on the top and the bottom, there is like a kind of a metal base. It's like an orangey sort of goldish metal. There's 3 rods connecting the bases together. That are kind of like evenly spaced around these like circular bases, and inside these 3 rods there is a glass sort of tube. On either side of the the ends, on the other side of the bases, there is 3 kind of like small like rods sticking out. They look like they kind of slot into something, and within the glass containment, there is a something purple, like flickering purple and black, suspended in the space in the glass. There is also a fairly large, not threatening to like break apart or anything, but there's a fairly large, substantial, that you can see it fairly easily crack along the glass, kind of right over where the whatever magical fragment is inside.
Anyone got some gaffer tape?
Wait,
You've got something in there.
Is it near?
As Ayla looks down at it, you're looking down at it, I'm assuming, if it's been pointed out to you. You immediately realise this is the thing that's communicating with you.
Oh.
Does my nat
Your
20
nat 20 does not reveal a charm person spell. However, it reveals that this is a sentient magic object.
Is that the thing that they described in the book earlier? In
No,
the
I think that
message?
was
Do you remember what was subscribed? Can you roll for what would you do for like being able to remember that?
Wisdom.
Yeah, roll for wisdom for me.
There's also insight.
This happened like 10 minutes ago, though.
It was a floating crystal. I remember. Floating.
If you roll, I'm not going to make it a very difficult roll. Like if you
Yeah,
roll a 2
but
or something.
anyways, apparently you're being.
I mean, I rolled a
communicated
14,
with, like,
but
a sentient
Yeah, so you remember
object.
that,
I sense the vibes.
Yeah, it definitely feels sentient.
The object was
Sentient,
described.
Sentient.
Sentient.
An
Yeah, that
orange
one too.
gold.
It's both of them.
It had orange gold metal. That's the one thing that was described about this artifact that they found.
right.
That it had orange gold metal.
This
And
one's
this
full
does
of
or
rods
no?
that slide in.
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like it's brass is what it is.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't know how to describe
Yeah.
brass.
You guys wouldn't know what brass is.
Oh, right.
But just for the bit, like your characters wouldn't know what brass is. Brass
Fantasy
is
world.
like it doesn't exist, and if it does, in very very small amounts in this part
Right.
of the world.
Okay.
However, you like just for the benefit of you guys knowing what it looks like, it's brass.
Okay, sorry, I was like, what is orange gold
Yeah,
metal?
yeah. Well, like when they found it, they didn't know what it was either.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So they were like, "What is this? This strange, you know?"
So we should probably touch it.
Yeah, that was really
That's
fuck.
It is like the overwhelming feeling that Ayla is getting from it right now. That you're getting from it is, I'm scared, I'm lonely, I don't know what's going on. Help me! Like it's just emotional, but you can infer that from like what you're feeling. Whatever this thing is, it's very afraid.
What's
Are
it
you
saying
sharing
to
this
you?
to?
Yeah, no,
With us?
I think for the minute, like I'll say, yeah, it's trying to talk to me, but it seems to be rambling.
Can you
Right,
try
don't
talking
listen.
back to it?
Hello, can you hear me? Is this?
It's the emotional feeling that you're getting is still similar. Like it's still like I'm scared, I'm lonely. It's not words, it's just emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
Feel back,
This is great.
UA states.
I'm just gonna.
If you can't speak, feel.
Yeah, I'll try feeling a little bit proud. See if that does anything. I mean, I did just kill a zombie after all.
Proud.
Yeah.
Like confident.
See,
Like, feel pride.
Like, okay, can you describe it a bit more? Like, as in, I just killed this zombie.
we just killed the zombie as a group. It's the first time not only have we killed something together,
Working
but
together.
Yeah.
We
we finally
work
started to
together.
earn up pay.
It feels
Shut your
it
mouth.
feels it's still like I'm scared. It's still terrified.
Because it could be.
Can I put a blanket over it?
Have
Yeah,
you
that's-
mentioned
I
what
don't think-
feelings it is yet, or do we not know about the feelings?
Yeah.
She did briefly describe them to you.
I think just from if I was a magic object that was evil and wanted to be touched, I would guilt people.
Oh, absolutely.
Personally, on a personal level. So don't touch it. Don't listen to what it wants, because I reckon he touched it. Maybe perhaps touched it. Things happened and he dropped it. Crack.
Crack, and then that's where it explodes.
I don't think
Yeah,
we can
exactly.
I
use it.
surprisingly
You
agree
took the
with
words
Florian,
right out of my
which I didn't
I
see
tried.
coming.
If I move slightly, do I still get the overwhelming emotional connection, or has it
Yeah,
Which
you
direction are
closer,
you moving?
closer?
back?
Away from it?
Yeah. Just taking one step back. Is
Yeah,
it?
it's still communicating with you.
I don't think we can leave it, especially
Maybe,
since it's communicating with you.
Can I lay
We'll
a...
leave it in the place that it is.
Should I lay a blanket
Anyone
over it,
got
maybe?
tongs?
I've got... Oh, we've got a bro with lots of containers.
Got some
Oh.
containers.
Do you have
A magical?
Container.
I have a not magical container.
But I
Well-
have thick container.
Oh well,
Containers
thick
in many
container and magic
sizes.
container.
Any size you want.
That was my name.
Could
in
we
prison.
also do a quick test? Be like,
What?
how, if there's a radius, like what if you go into another room?
Yeah, I'll keep walking back, seeing if it's dying
If it
down.
fades away,
Yeah.
if it moves
Has it
closer.
attached itself to you?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
As
to figure
you
out. Yeah.
as you walk away, you can still feel the it communicating with you. The further you step back, it kind of like slowly starts to like it becomes a bit more diffuse.
Yeah.
However, you go a little bit further, and by the time you're about like 15 odd feet away from it, you start to feel this excruciating pain in the back of your head.
I'm sure we
Shit.
see the pain, so we're like, okay.
Are you expressing this to us? That's the key
Yeah,
thing.
I'm gonna be wincing. We may have a problem. It's definitely latched on.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Does
that's
anyone
not
have?
good.
Ooh.
All right.
Yue
You are?
Y'all got any?
grabs one of her staffs. She has a few staff situations going. She grabs a blanket from her bedroll. She sort of she just sort of throws it sort of like on top of the thing. How close is she to this?
How close is? I mean, has she walked up to it?
But like, since having not walked up to it, how far away is she from it?
Maybe 10 odd
10
feet.
feet.
Kind of, Ayla has backed up to about 15, 20 feet away from it. From about 5 feet.
She's gonna approach.
Mm-hmm.
She fears no yellowy gold metal.
Keothi walks behind her just to make sure that she's
As-
safe.
Okay, so you're approaching with this blanket.
Approaching with a blanket, like a bull,
As you,
with a red blanket.
as
you
you
know?
approach
Okay.
this artifact on the ground, what are your intentions? What are your character's intentions? Like emotional intentions.
Emotional intentions. Oh, one
Like,
second.
what do you want to do to it? Do you
I've
want to
never
hurt it? Do you want to
considered-
conceal it? Do you want to prevent it from interacting with... Like,
She wants to. Yue's put together that clearly we now have to take this long, otherwise he's gonna get hurt. But we must continue the adventure. So I am going to make the bundle that they hold with the stick,
Yeah.
so that he can just sort of like hold it far enough away from himself that it's not like. Because when people like put on a
Yeah.
magical necklace.
Curiosity is the vibe I'm getting.
Curiosity
Okay,
is general,
so
the emotional.
Your vibe is not malicious.
No, she's not like, let me attack it, let me...
Okay.
No, she's just like,
Okay.
let's...
As you kind of so as you approach,
Yeah.
Ayla notices that the excruciating pain is still there because you're like far away from it. However, it's slightly less scared. It's kind of realised that the intentions of whatever it is that's coming towards it are not to destroy it or hurt it.
Okay. Cute.
And as you approach and put this blanket on top of it,
Like a soft
you're
warm
putting
hug.
a
just
like a blanket on
like
top of it.
a nice
kind of
cozy
like
cool
stuff like
blanket,
that.
yeah.
Okay, you kind of like surround it in this blanket.
Yeah,
Quite,
because she doesn't want to touch it
yeah,
either. She's
quite
not,
gently, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite gently.
She's
And
got a motherly, nurturing
the
vibe
excruciating pain, it's still there. However, the feeling that you're getting now is like, it's a bit more. It's like okay.
It's like a lip
Reassuring.
And in a manner of speaking, it starts to like for lack of a better word, it starts purring.
Okay.
So like
Sounds like
it's-
inner child work
it's like
to
kind
me,
of,
ladies.
It's like okay. I'm cozy. Like it's it's empathically
You
committed
gotta
to you.
have
It's
that
like I'm a bit
weighted
more
blanket.
comfortable
It's good for the mind.
now.
Right.
Okay. May she do like a situation where she sort of scoops it without touching it with the blanket? Is that like a thing that she can do?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Swallow
say that
the
you like kind of as you kind of sweep it over, you kind of like are twisting it around,
Yes.
and like you kind of pick it up, and it's like a little like a Christmas cracker is what it looks like.
Yes. Yeah.
Where you kind of got it bunched up at either end, and then there's this kind of big like
Yeah.
cylindrical shape in the middle, which is
Vibes.
the artifact.
She ties the two ends together
Yeah.
and then puts the staff that she's got in it. Not her quarterstaff, but just a staff that she owns. She owns a few of
Do
them.
you,
She's a druid.
where do you go with it? Like once, now you've got it.
Now I've got it. Now I'm holding this stick. She turns to sorry. She turns to Aelia.
Ayla.
Ayala. She turns to
Aioli. Sorry.
Aeoli. Aeoli is now your name.
Aioli. Yeah.
and hands it to her and says, "You might want to keep this close, but not
once,
too close."
Once she kind of walks back towards you, the excruciating pain, it goes away. And you just kind of feel like this kind of pleasant sort of, like it's, whatever this thing is now, it's substantially more comfortable than it was. It seems like, it doesn't seem afraid. It's still a little bit scared, it's cautious, but it's not like freaking out, I'm gonna die.
I might softly, as I'm sort of holding it, you know, shaking it a bit, give it a little elvish lullaby.
This is precious. Okay, I already love this thing. I already love this.
Would it be able to put a little bit of persuasion on that?
Go the fuck to sleep.
Sprinkle of persuasion.
Just a dab.
Dream.
What a film though.
Yeah, so you just like kind of gently like carrying it, you sing a little song, and yeah, it calms down. Whatever it is, like it's still, you can still sense that there's some kind of connection, but it calms down.
While this has been happening, y'all have not been speaking, so Florian's just like got his like hand near his mouth. He's just kind of like staring in between you and just being like, "So is anyone going to explain what the fuck is going on? Now you're singing to an hourglass. Can
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
you realize.
So the rest of you are just kind of gathered around, I'm assuming. You can tell that whatever this thing is, it's the emotional connection that you guys feel is nowhere near as strong as what Ayla feels.
So we can feel some.
You can
sort
feel
of
something. You can tell that. You get a vague idea of what it's feeling.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
However, you do not like have the ability to pick up like the individual ebbs and flows of it like Ayla would.
Okay.
Because Ayla is the creature that it's latched onto.
Ayla is, I'm your mommy now.
Okay.
Daddy?
So you guys are in this room.
Now we have adventure.
John has a box full of dust. You've got the sending stones. The half-orc is still dead on the ground.
Now we have a child that's an hourglass.
Was he hot?
Who?
The half-orc.
Yeah, it was
I
a
love
bit of a himbo. He looks like you can kind of still see, although he's like, there's some of the smudge stuff is like kind of scattered around him. He looks like a fighter, but he has that kind of like, you know, like big boy sort of
Dorito.
energy. But he also
He didn't spell scared right.
No. He spelled scared right. Did you Did you look at the, no, you didn't look at the page in the from upstairs, did you?
No,
Okay. No, you okay? Ayla was the only one who looked up there. Were you doing anything with the book?
Yeah, I want to actually go back and investigate it because, like, but before all of that happened, that was my next move.
Yeah. So you like kind of you kneel back down. You look through the book. It looks like it's just a bunch of like various personal notes. Like there's no sort of rhyme or reason to it. It's like kind of, there's a general layout of the refinery, some notes. There's a bit that says instructions from dispatch, like with a list of stuff. Some of it is written in Orcish. Yeah, there's. This is very clearly it's a notebook that belonged to the half-orc.
I would like to actually take that book and put it into my bag along with the the sending stones. That's what they're called. Yeah.
Sure.
And
just stow those away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wrap them up and hide them because I want to make sure that they're protected and safe.
Okay, sure. So you now have a notebook and the sending stones.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I do? Is there anything else in the room that like I could investigate or have a look at? Other than the dead body, because there was the dead body and there was the table and then the book.
So you are just kind of having a look around.
Having a look around.
Roll for investigation for me.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
Florian's looking at the orc and being like, gone too soon. He had so much potential. It's really sad. Anyways.
Yue, what are you doing? You've handed off this blanket with the artifact in it.
Yue, she vibing low key. She's not really doing anything.
She's just vibing with the
Yeah,
lullaby.
UA's kind of like bopping to the bolt lullaby. Like, this is kind of
Doing
good,
some
kind of
background
good. Yeah, no,
Okay.
she's kind of trying to join in. She's
John,
like,
what are you doing?
Can John make a container?
For, or just for the lols?
For the ground.
Just for the
need
meme?
of it.
Just for the meme?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
the
John's
ground.
making a
He
container.
needs his daily container.
You want to roll sleight of hand for advantage with advantage?
His fantasy.
I'm going to do this every time you ask to make a container.
Please do.
What do I roll on?
Sleight of hand
He needs
Oh.
to have
with advantage because you definitely have proficiency making containers.
Oh yeah.
I got a 19 for perception, by the way.
Okay.
Question
Yeah.
for
I got
Ned.
18.
Yeah.
is the Elvish song like weirdly violent? Like is it like?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
you succeed. You make a container.
No, it's like
Is
like
there
one from my
another-
childhood. It's nice and sweet.
doorway?
I'd like to
Or-
think that like most Elvish songs have this weird.
Down here?
vibe.
Yeah.
So,
after the age
you
of
kinda
5,
look
I just
around-
kick
Like,
it into
Argo's
gear.
just ready to like keep moving.
In the
It's like a
diffuse
French
light,
national anthem.
you can
That's
see
fine.
at the far end of the room,
wow.
there is what looks like a large gate, not dissimilar to the one that you would have entered. That like you entered through, the one that was open at the entrance to the refinery. But there is a this one is like the top of it is like bars you can see through. The bottom is just metal.
Sweet, I'm moving to that.
You're moving to that, okay?
No, I'm messing around. I'm messing around.
Yeah.
What do I see with my perception?
Let me have a look. Sorry.
That is.
Okay. You rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Kind of looking around, you notice it's kind of tucked away underneath a wood. This is a wooden workbench.
Okay.
A bit further down towards the gate that Argo's currently walking towards you. You see like a kind of shinier metal mass. It looks about the size of a foot. Just sticking out. It isn't a foot. That's just how big it is.
Okay.
Sticking out from underneath.
I wanted another
this
corpse.
workbench.
Keothi is intrigued by this and walks over
Okay.
and kind of scoops it out with his quarterstaff.
You try to pull it out with a quarterstaff without like. It doesn't budge. This thing is pretty heavy, whatever it is.
Okay, well, he's just going to lean down now and actually investigate it without touching it first.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of drag or pull out this thing.
Yeah.
The only reason why you weren't able to pull it out of the quarterstaff is because all its weight is at one end. This is a platinum hammer. So it's a kind of big, like weapon, particularly suited to a Goliath, let's say.
What
You're gonna pull it out, and it's this very. It doesn't look like it would be too useful in combat, but it's definitely going to be. It's definitely good for giving something a good hard blow, especially metals or any other kind of like solid object. Like it'll put a sizable dent in these things.
Keothi quite likes this, especially since it's Goliath size. A lot of things aren't Goliath size.
I mean, you pick it up and it's reasonable. Like this would have been used by.
A strong Goliath.
Yeah, not Goliath, like orcs probably.
Yeah,
half
but
orcs, but it's still big
Big
enough,
boy.
big enough for them that it's reasonably sized for you.
Yeah.
So,
Is there anything interesting about this hammer other than it being
it doesn't
platinum?
seem magical at all to you, but the metalwork is quite nice. Like it might sell for a pretty penny.
I would like to take it as
Yeah,
well.
you can take it. Yeah.
This Goliath with like wholesome energy is turning into a thief. What's with this?
It's collecting
energy.
He's collecting things. You don't know what he's collecting
And
it
they'll go
for,
back
but
to
he's
sea.
collecting it.
Well,
They just all happen to
it
be
was probably the
weapons.
orcs, and he's dead now. So
Keothi, just be aware that's almost definitely cursed. Finding that in a dead mine shaft is the quickest way for
Also,
that to be cursed.
also the fact that Florian's trying to defend your actions is questionable as well.
As Argo walks over to this gate, you kind of like rise up to it. It's a pretty big gate.
Yeah.
It looks like it covers a fairly large, like just hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll history for me?
Yes.
Just to see if you would know
I guess.
exactly where this gate leads.
Yes, give me a second. Nat 20 plus
Natural
1,
20.
21.
Your
I know
knowledge-
more.
Yeah, your knowledge of kind of
profound.
refineries and
I know a lot
just
about
like figuring
refineries.
things out together, you realise this probably leads to the mine.
The mine.
However, this gate is very heavy, very big, and it looks like it's not going to budge.
You're questioning my strength?
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
It's your
Yeah,
strength
I'm
in question.
questioning your strength. This is a massive piece off gate.
Can Argo try?
Yeah, you can give it a try.
Like,
Go for it.
Argo will
Give it a
definitely-
shove.
Yeah, Argo will give it a shove.
So it would just be a
Am I-
standard.
wait.
hammer?
Just would
Where
see
are
it
you?
as a threat.
Have you like
to
gone
my
off?
strength.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I always wanted to the other side.
Yeah.
Of the room. This is a pretty big.
Can Florian like follow Argo?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
wondering what's going on.
Follow her. Yeah. Yeah, because Argo sees this as a threat to Argo's strength.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna push this.
Squaring
gate
up to this
open.
door.
I'm gonna push
Right,
this gate
so
open.
several other things we could do, but I
Nope.
think this is hilarious, so I'm going to watch.
Nope.
Yeah.
19.
Try
me, bitch.
This gate is not moving.
Damn it,
I am
with
sorry.
19.
Right.
I know you got a
Well
19. This
done.
gate is not moving.
Well
Wait, so
done.
you like.
Yeah, it makes a small noise. You kind of
Right.
feel like
Yeah,
you've accomplished
okay.
something.
Yeah. Like, did you hear that? That was me.
Dwarf
Pretty
War,
strong.
very proud of
You
you.
looks
Wait,
up at
you're
Sarah
halfling,
and wanders
sorry.
over.
Keothi
Miss
has...
raced you there. Anyways, you've had your go.
I'm gonna
Can
throw
it
hands.
my turn now? Yeah, step aside. Thank you.
I hate
Is there like a lock or a latch or something like that?
Not that you can see.
Oh, it's literally just bars.
It's literally just a massive gate.
okay.
like,
Yeah,
This
it's
thing-
not just bars.
This thing looks
Pushes
like
down
it
a
was
fence.
closed a
Straight
very long
bars.
time ago, and it is not due to be opened again anytime soon.
Can I use
UA has wandered over to
Firebolt,
watch.
which is a cantrip,
Yes,
on a
happen.
direct part to see if I can like soften or melt the metal?
Okay. You use.
Okay, so I'll.
Maybe
Okay,
this is a
considering
good
I'm putting
idea.
my hands directly on it, do I have to roll to
No,
hit?
you don't have to roll it.
Okay, I'll roll damage.
Yeah,
Or
roll
do I
damage.
just do it?
Well, yeah, you have to roll damage to determine how well you.
Look.
I got a 3 out of 10.
Okay. You.
Florian just
Yeah.
rolled
You
fire
try to.
damage.
You try to use firebolt on this gate. Something happens. But the magic fizzles out pretty quickly, and you leave like a tiny scorch mark on the.
Wow.
Right, well,
That
obvious-
was truly amazing.
Wait, is it a
Well, at
gate
least
with,
it made a noise. It's got a mark
I
on
made
it.
a noise.
It's got a
with
mark
my
on it.
fair strength.
Did you make a mark though? Did you make a mark though?
I
Is it a
Did
solid
you
gate?
make a mark
I
though?
made-
The bottom is solid
Sorry,
gate.
sorry.
There's like some bars at the top.
Okay, because I was like, what if
Did you
Question,
make
the halfling went through the gate?
Sorry.
With Eldritch Blast to it.
You're not
Oh
here!
my god, you just four range and me and Florian just split.
We like transfer back over to them because we're just staring at each other going,
Just
did it make a mark
I
though?
made a bloody
Did it
mark.
make a mark though?
How tall is this gate?
It's about twice your height.
Okay.
You're not here either.
Wow.
I'm literally right next to it.
Oh
The
lord.
big bench and the hammer.
Yeah.
Wandering
Did it
over
make
with
a mark?
my
It made a bloody
admittedly
mark.
less
No, it
than
did. It made some
reputable
noise.
reputation in regards to opening things that aren't meant to be opened. If I just have a look around it, would I have any greater ability to find a lock or?
Okay. Roll for investigation.
Would I get
Did
any
it
advantage
make
or
a-
just straight?
No, just straight. Just roll for investigation.
Yep. Oh, I shouldn't have used the digital 6.
What'd you get?
6.
6.
Shouldn't have used
Okay.
digital.
Okay.
Don't trust it.
Curse the computers.
Yeah, you don't see
So
anything.
that's
There's some like. You don't see anything regarding a lock. There's an etching. On the bottom. Let me just check what languages you read. You can speak. 1 second.
It's common, elvish, thieves can't undercover.
Okay, no, you don't. You can't read it.
No.
What
Can
is
I read
Just in
it? No,
case.
I haven't seen it. That's okay.
I can read Infernal.
Yeah,
What language do you speak?
Infernal, Elvish and Common.
You can't read it.
Aquan, Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Halfling.
You can't read it. UA.
It's probably like
I
Celestial.
do
or
common,
something.
Ooh.
deep speech, giant, and primordial.
You can't read it. Theothy.
Common dwarfish.
Are you coming? Are you going over to the gate?
Yeah, sure.
You finished making your container. Everyone else has kind of moved over to the gate.
Yeah.
You speak what languages was it?
Common and dwarfish.
As
You didn't ask
John
me.
approaches.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Or like,
Sorry. What
you
languages?
asked me.
What languages do you read?
Wait, was And it's common to speak Elvish, Gnomish, and Halfling.
Yeah, okay, you can't read it.
Well, thank you
I love
for
how
It is- It is.
Eight languages and John who knows Dwarvish.
It is-
one of my languages.
It is written in Dwarvish.
Yeah,
It is
this
written in
close.
Dwarvish and etched into the kind of side of the gate about a meter and a half off the
We're
ground.
both short. I should
Um,
know Dwarvish.
Meter and a half off the ground is the word in all it's written pretty big. The word prospect.
Guys, it says Oh wait.
Prospect is.
In John's backstory, I said he couldn't really read well.
Okay, this is. Can he read a little bit? This is in big enough letters that you can phonetically put it together.
This is what you learned in Dwarvish primary school.
Why would you put that in his backstory?
I love that.
John, through his 100+ years on this mortal plane, John has picked up the letters of the
Yeah,
Dwarvish
wait.
language.
John's worst
And-
enemy is
There's
himself.
a reason there's two languages.
And through some sort of back and forth, you guys can figure out that the word says prospect.
It's like it has
Prospect.
P. Or we're like, okay, we really is.
So there's a
It's like Hangman.
prospect that the halfling will never open the gate.
You wanna go?
I would gladly go and just punt you to the other side of the room.
Yue steps, she just steps in
I'm
between
afraid
them.
to fight.
And she just...
Is the does the gate have any markings on it?
Not
At all?
aside from the etching that
Etching.
John just managed to translate.
Is it-
for me.
is it-
Sorry, I got my Beatles confused.
Is it made of the same material that the
We've
hammer
had
is?
Paul,
No.
John, and
Where's
George.
Ringo?
Just thought worth a
My
shot.
next
Might
character's
be like
been called
a
Ringo.
No.
Ringo.
prospect.
All right.
My name's Ringo Starr.
Anything else you
Noted.
guys are doing?
No.
Okay.
Let's
Let's have
wait.
a think. Let's. What
How
can
big are the
prospect
bars
mean
on
in?
the top?
They're pretty
Yue
thick.
would like to turn into a spider and crawl under the gate.
Excuse me?
Okay.
While that's
Yeah,
happening,
go for it. I mean, you can try.
while that's happening, can Florence actually?
What
Florence
do you
gonna
mean I
take
can
one for the
try? I can.
team. You don't listen. I've got a better idea.
Oh yes,
Don't-
let's hear what Florian has to say.
Shut it! I've obviously had better luck with the gate. Right, so Barry, my snake, he's my familiar.
You left your snake.
Technically, no, he's back on my shoulders. I said it, but you weren't listening.
Clearly.
Yeah, right. You never listened to
As
me.
they're arguing, can I just
Anyways.
put up like a single gold piece to the
He's
gate,
my
see if that does
familiar.
anything?
Therefore,
Nothing happens.
doesn't really exist. So I can just he can slither through the gate, and if he dies, then he'll just disappear, and I could just bring him back.
Your imaginary snake through the gate.
Yeah.
So wait, can he phase through physical objects? I'm
No,
confused.
no, no. He would slither through the gaps.
In the bars at the top.
There's only bars at the top.
There's only bars at the top. I've said
Maybe
that
just
multiple
let the
times.
spider-
Sorry.
Just let
Yeah, we'll let the spider
Yeah.
do
Yue.
it.
So
Look,
Yue
Barry ain't
turns into a
scaling
spider.
shit.
Spider.
Spiders would have dark vision, right? Yeah.
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 I hope so.
Multiple
They're going
eyes.
to they live in cracks.
You turn into a spider.
Yeah, imagine being a spider and not
you
having dark
try
vision.
as
Like a
as-
huntsman, like a big
Yeah,
one.
in your little spidery self, you try to get through the bottom of the gate, but it's very clear that this thing has, in some degree, rusted closed. Like the spaces between the bottom of the gate and like the cobble floor are so small, and the gate's been there for so long, like it hasn't moved, that you can't get through. However, there are the
She heads up through the bars
so
at the
you
top.
climb up the gate. You kind of guys watch this.
I really hope none of you are
big spider
arachnophobes.
kind of like
Yeah.
crawl its way up the gate. You reach the top of the kind of steel just portion, just plate portion, and kind of look down. It is a big piss off tunnel. It is just a tunnel that bores into the mountain. You can't see anything down there.
Okay. She comes back. She doesn't go into the tunnel. There's no point. It's a tunnel.
Any latch on the other side? It's like, you know, it's not.
I'm
it's
just
like
gonna,
a
I'm
lock
gonna
on the
say
inside.
that you looked down.
It's a
Roll
lock
for
on the
perception.
inside.
Perception. Okay.
Was there actually any other like doorway or exit? Or was this just
12.
it?
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Oh, no,
No,
when I
no.
asked, this was the only doorway. Except
Oh,
for,
is
like,
this the
where
only
we
doorway
came
out?
I mean, there's the
The one we came
We
in.
came
Yeah,
in.
like-
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but like besides the one we came
Like,
in.
oh, we didn't tell you, but collapsed. We're stuck in here now.
No, she comes back. She turns back into her turtle self because she can't actually speak in spider.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
It's actually one of my
George,
languages. So.
you said the word prospect.
It's
in
John,
the
not
English in
George.
front of it.
Oh wait, did you say what?
He
Yeah.
In
said
front of the
George.
door, can you say the word, like,
Okay.
literally say the word prospect?
Oh, John says
yeah, really.
says the word prospect.
Your voice echoes through the
Ooh.
the echo, like I mean, as all of your voices would have as you've been speaking, echoes through the empty room and nothing happens.
Okay.
She
I
comes
thought
back.
I thought for a hot second.
Yue
you
comes
just gonna say
back.
the words.
She's now turtle form
Oh.
again. Suddenly, all of her shit just appears on her again as well. Weirdly enough, I don't really
Wait.
know how that works in wild shape
What
or
if-
whatever.
What if John
Um,
says in?
And she just says it's a deep tunnel that's boring into the mountain. I'm
Oh, it's
assuming,
English.
It's boring.
like it,
I've had enough.
funny.
Go home.
I assume that this is a mine, and prospect just means that there's prospects down there.
Wow.
But it's dark and I couldn't see anything, and I wasn't gonna keep going because spiders are squishable.
Would would you be able to fit, for example, a torch through the bars?
I mean, you need to get up there somehow.
Okay.
But if it's rusted
Can
at the
anyone
bottom,
fly?
I don't reckon this has been open in the last 4 days.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But also, wait, did he say how many people were in a skeleton crew, or did he just say it was a
Was
skeleton?
there a number?
Was there only 2 of them? Have we found them?
I'm gonna say
They're
that,
dead because of the zombie. Let's go home.
I'm gonna say that
It's
I may have
Christmas,
forgotten
let's
to
go
mention
home.
it
Yeah,
at the
please.
start.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say that he did tell you there were 4 of them, and he would have told you that there was. I'm sorry I didn't say this last
You're all good.
session.
That's
I just
okay.
That's
got
fine.
caught up in the moment and
That's
forgot.
fine. We'll just say that retcon that you did.
Yeah, he told you that there were
Florence just
4.
totally
There were 4
forgot.
members of the skeleton crew.
Yeah.
There was Botha, Botha, a half orc fighter.
Was that the one that you
It's
said was the
Voltha's
beauty?
brother.
There was.
The beauty.
There is. Thanks. There's Chera, a half elf roguish, or a half elf rogue woman. There was what's his name? Ludeman, a human ranger,
Oh, I love a ranger.
I'm a ranger.
and there was
No way.
I've
I've seen better
So,
ones.
sorry, I should say how they're spelled. So, Chera is Cerra. Ludeman is Ludeman. And Lacille, who was a human artificer.
What a name.
Lacille is Lasciel.
What a name. Brilliant.
Lucille.
Strange.
My
That's a
last
weird
day
rate.
so
And
So,
what
yeah,
is
that's
she?
the-
What was Lucy?
Lacille is a human artificer, female.
Cute. Thank
So
you.
two guys, 2 girls.
So update. I've just remembered that this
Yeah, no, you guys would have known this all along. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
that's
it's okay.
So you guys, as you would have gone through, you would have recognized.
Sorry, you idiot.
You would have recognized the woman upstairs. The woman upstairs, a half elf
So
dressed
we,
like a rogue.
yeah, so we're missing.
Down here we have the
guy
half orc fighter.
It's just the
The artificer and the ranger.
and the ranger.
Not Florian speaking, it's just me being dumb. What do artificers do again? Do they just like
they imbue objects with magic?
cool vibes?
Wizard engineers.
like
Yeah. Wizard engineers is a good way of putting it.
Love.
speaky
I was gonna say could
timer
he,
thing.
could he Oh, can I arcane check the gate? Is there any magic on it?
There is not.
Look, I am just.
I know.
I
You
am
probably should have rolled for that. But
Save,
whatever.
save,
There is
save
no
this-
magic on the gate.
Save the spell slot.
Sure. Well, it's not a spell slot, it's
I'm
just an
not-
arcane check.
I'm slightly confused because there should be more than one entrance in order to get to a mine, and especially, well, not a mine, but like the place that they collect the stuff, and the entrance especially shouldn't be rusted over if it's been operational for several.
No.
This place hasn't been operational for so long.
They've
It's
just
been
been
they've been maintaining it,
Maybe
But like,
making sure that it can
Where-
resume operations if necessary.
Okay.
If I was to, with a perception check, just listen and try to find anywhere else where there's airflow, any other potential entrances other than the giant one around there, to see if there's a secret.
Roll for perception for me.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, remember they said the loose brick and shit, so it's
Where
probably
is
got.
that?
No, they said it was a loose brick when they originally found the
15?
floaty crystal thing.
No.
So probably there's
The only
like,
airflow you can
bricked
feel
up.
comes from upstairs.
you
from
know,
where you
its
came
place has had secret entrances before. Perhaps there's a secret entrance into the mine. I'm a genius.
Wait, what did you say? I got
Guys, why
distracted.
don't we all push the door together?
Shut up. Anyways.
With the power of friendship. No, please, no, I'm good.
Oh.
Well, actually, to be fair, it's in Dwarvish. Perhaps if John tried to open it, maybe it'll work.
Just slice your hand.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
like
going
a
to tell you
Harry
guys,
Potter.
this gate is not budging.
Yeah.
Okay, he's getting sick of us.
Keothy has
Yeah,
decided
it's getting
there's
sick-
there's
sick of
not
us.
more.
You guys have invested so much bloody time into this gate.
Well,
It is-
We are baffled
It is
about
not
this
budging.
gate.
Don't give us a gate. That's not going
It is
because
not
we'll
budging.
try our own thing.
Keothy has decided there is not much more he can do down here, so he's actually going to start moving up to the top to see what else he can go in there. Because he didn't actually go into the room, and that was slightly investigated, but he wants to do a bit more.
Which one was that? The one where you grabbed the short sword from? Or
The hammer.
The short sword.
Yeah, you would have gone in there.
Okay.
There wasn't much in
What
there.
what about the other one?
The hammer one.
No. The where they found the dead body. That was
The
that
one with
fully
the
investigated?
smudge.
We
You
checked
guys,
that one
That
out.
was
I
fully-
think Ayla rolled a pretty high
Did
investigation
we-
check in there.
Did we see the end trail of the smudge go down like the railing?
Yeah,
Or
so
was
it
that
goes
the-
down the ramp. It ended at the black lump, which turned
Yeah,
into
black
a
lump.
zombie.
Okay, cool. Oh, okay. Maybe that was someone. That could have been someone.
Yeah, could have been.
It's not anymore.
Because it exploded, something happened, there was an explosion, walked, and then
You
walked
guys
down into
roll
there.
for wisdom for me. Argo?
Big brain. I should have bonus.
Argo?
Seb's getting so frustrated.
No,
right now.
I'm not. I'm just trying to put things together here. Roll for wisdom for me.
I
Everyone.
think I'm right.
Everyone? Or just go.
Please, everyone.
Yeah, all of you can. I suppose if Argo is
19.
Insight or wisdom?
wisdom.
12.
19.
Oh,
17.
non-natural 20.
Okay. Enough of you realise and then communicate to the rest of the group that the zombie that you fought earlier bore the typical kind of, underneath the black charring, from what you could tell while you were fighting him, he bore the typical get up of a ranger and build of a human.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, poor Ranger. Now we're stuck with this one.
Wait, so, and down
So
there,
sad.
all we found, was there another person near the zombie? Or I can't remember.
There was the orc, the half orc, dead. Both are dead.
Yeah.
It's the
On the
artificer.
ground.
Because I was like, maybe it's to do with the...
Oh, is this a whodunit?
I mean, you guys were supposed to investigate and figure out what happened, but
Okay.
and report back to dispatch.
Keothy.
Can I go back to the area where we found the zombie and like the orc and kind of like...
Florian's just gonna follow him. He's just
Yeah,
decided that
okay,
he's
you
really
wander
fun
back,
to
yeah.
watch
Yeah.
do things and make fun of him.
Keothy pulls Ayla to the side because he feels that she would be the best person to talk about it.
Yeah.
He goes over. Is this artist for human or is it?
The artificer is human, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, missing one.
Do these emotions feel at all human?
I think so. Moreover, what was the name of the artificer?
Lucille.
Saying, just if I think the word Lucille, how does that go down in terms of...
The whatever it is in the artifact doesn't respond. It's not recognising that name.
Okay. Alright.
Maybe the artificer made the scope thing and it's just like started killing people.
See, my thinking is that this object is showing a lot of emotion for something that shouldn't have any emotion, and with Lucille being an artificer, her specialty is looking at joining magical and like mechanical things together, and so or making magical weaponry. And so it feels a little odd that this thing, which they pulled out of the wall and they were a bit scared of, is now screaming and was screaming and crying.
I will say that this magic, if this was made by an artificer, you would have been able to recognise which school of magic it came from when you did that.
I'm not saying it was made by an artificer.
No, I just
what
said
I'm
that.
saying is I feel like this and Lucille are connected in some way.
Okay.
Especially since this thing is cracked now as well. We don't know where the crack came from.
Maybe it just like feeds off of the emotions of people or something creepy like that.
Maybe. We don't know.
Could I go?
So you've gone back to
investigate?
Yeah, where the half orc both is down the ground.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Investigating him? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of roll for investigation.
Yeah.
Would I be able to use psychic whispers? Give it a shot. Rolling a d6
12.
and trying to telekinetically communicate with telepathically communicate with the thing in the.
Yeah. Okay.
Give it a little go.
Yeah.
So if it works, I'll be able to do it for 5 hours.
Okay. Yep.
Am I getting anything if I just say hello, hi? Hello, hi.
Yeah, it stirs. You can't it doesn't speak language to you. But its emotions are saying hello.
Oh, we don't.
Its emotions are aware of you.
Okay.
It's still empathically connected with you. You're 12.
I am 12 years old.
You
Sorry.
Is this like a spell you cast?
Yeah,
Like, do you have to
you're 12
roll?
investigation.
Because of my subclass.
Yeah, he
Yeah. No,
is dead. There are no
can I see
wounds on
that you've
him
done
made from
or did you
weapons.
just do it
There's a
today?
couple of
So
kind of
click
looks
that.
like
The first
No, I
pretty
know how
deep
that
scratches.
Yeah, but the first one gets 3 and then up. Yeah, but
He's
the
clearly
first-
scuffled with something.
So,
And
Yeah.
there's
No.
still like the black sort of
my
marks
eyes go blue.
on him that are sort of like they're not like moving or anything at all, but they're still
Does
there.
it seem like the scratches are self-inflicted, or to do like something else?
Um,
Kind of like look at the nails and see if there's like
Roll for.
giant brain.
Argo's out here being smart.
Yeah, so you look closer.
Boy.
You look closer at the scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll nature for me.
Yeah. Let me a second. You think I do well in Bloody Ranger? I was so worried I was going to say that. I was going to roll badly. I got a 19.
These scratches inside them, you kind of see like there's some deader flesh around them, bits and pieces of like broken kind of just stuff like that. This was made not by the zombie. The bits and pieces that are kind of around are evidence that whatever the zombie was when it was alive, that was what was attacking the half-orc.
Okay.
But because as the zombie's flesh has decayed into what it was when you fought it, so has the bits and pieces.
It
that were in
matches,
it. Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, from what you remember of the zombie.
I am
because it's now dust and
CSI.
box. Yeah.
So did you lick it and you're just like, tastes human?
Florian, can
Yeah.
you just move away? Walk away from me. Walk away, Florian.
So
looking
rude.
at the hourglass thing, and looking at it, is there any way that you could sort of disassemble it? Like,
So you've kind of unwrapped it from its...
not necessarily unwrapping it, but sort of, I don't know, shifting bits and pieces, having a look at it, making sure.
It feels pretty stable.
Yeah.
So
This is love.
it seems like something took over the one that was a zombie, which was a human first. Is it a
Yeah, you're a human ranger.
human ranger?
So, one of the skeleton crew,
One of the skeleton.
Ludeman, the human ranger.
Yeah, I'll refer this back to you guys that the human ranger attacked one of the crew, who's now a zombie.
Do we want to look at the elf upstairs? Cause
We should probably.
We didn't really
closer.
investigate it too
she's-
well because we were just
she's
like, a
dead,
corpse, but
but
now we've seen like
the
3
zombies
corpses.
are also dead, and she
We are
had
missing
the
one
weird
person.
gunk stuff on her, and then the zombie also
Yeah.
had the weird.
Do you guys just want me to go through what you know so far?
Yes.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be really nice.
Okay.
I'm so lost in what I don't
done
want.
Okay,
right
so
now.
you rocked up.
Yeah.
You rocked up to this refinery.
Yeah.
You found outside a broken wagon and no horses. You went inside. There was a dark smudge leading from the sitting room / break room / just cozy room.
Yeah.
In the corner of which clearly some magical something had exploded. There is a dead half-elf rogue lady in there. She was killed with a sword, but she was still affected by some of that magic. The magic trail leads across the top floor of the refinery, down the ramp, into the bottom floor where the half-orc lays dead with splotches of the magic on him. You defeated a zombie which was charred with the stuff, like dripping, absolutely covered in this black charring magic. Once you defeated the zombie, he disintegrated into dust. As soon as you defeated the zombie, you discovered the artifact nearby, which immediately connected with the nearest living being and tried to communicate with it. You've now kind of calmed down the artifact, and you're left with this scene.
Okay, it's good that we didn't.
There were 4 members of the skeleton crew. You found 2 of them dead. One of them was turned into a zombie, and had for some reason attacked the half-orc, and you reason also the one upstairs.
Yeah. So it's good that we
And one of them is just absent.
Yeah.
Okay, so
have
vibes is
Infected
escaped,
by something.
didn't come, escaped and couldn't come back, or
Somewhere.
is somewhere here that we don't know of yet.
Yeah.
But we have the other side of the stone, and we have a bit of an idea of what has happened. We know that at least 3/4 of Dispatch's skeleton crew is dead. And we've got this artifact that is now attached
and is now
to our friend here. So should we head back?
Yeah,
And let him know.
I would say that you guys have fulfilled the mission. You've done everything.
We've got as much information as we can.
To be fair,
Remember, the reason you're doing this is to get paid.
Yeah.
And
We've got as much information.
But
As
our
I
most
said-
burning curiosity though.
As I've said 1,000 times, I think we've done it, right? We've
Yeah.
found
But-
3 out of 4. It's not a 4, but what are you
was
going to
the
do?
burn stuff? Was it coming from the?
Well,
the-
maybe-
That's for him to figure out.
Maybe
I think-
Dispatch will know, so
Seemed
let's
like
head
they're
back.
all-
above our pay grade currently.
Yeah.
See, but I'm.
Facts.
What about the other one though? What about the other?
I think it was foul play, someone...
But that
let-
doesn't
Flower
matter.
play, did you just say?
As you guys,
Foul.
I'm just gonna say that you guys, as you leave the refinery, you head out of this place, and are kind of chatting back and forth, chatting back and forth, trying to figure out what the hell happened. As lovely Ayla is still kind of gently rocking this artifact, kind of trying to get it to calm down and settle down. It's substantially calmer now than it was.
Just the DM pushing us out of the place. Like,
Yeah,
Get
get a
the
wriggle
fuck
on.
out of here, you are done in here.
You guys
sit for
get
hours
back
trying to figure
to
this out.
town.
Yeah.
And Dispatch actually comes out to meet you on the road before you get to his house.
But
He kind of is expectantly looking at you. He seems a bit distressed about something. He's like, "What's going on? What's you're back? What happened?"
The crew's dead.
we 3/4 of your crew. We don't know
You've-
about the 4th one.
Who's still alive?
The artificer.
Officer.
Lucille?
That's questionable.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if
Okay.
she's still alive. We know she's
That's
not there.
questionable.
Right. He kind of it looks like he's thinking about something in his head, and he kind of nods to himself. Like,
You're
okay,
not telling
okay.
us something.
Chera, Ludeman, and both are
Dead.
dead.
Black goo. Black magic goo. Oh, Goliath has your stones.
Oh yes, here they are. He opens up his bag and
Yeah.
hands the
He
stones
seems
over.
quite relieved to see the stones and grabs them. Looks
No.
over at Florian and kind of stows them
Relieved
away.
to see the stones, not too upset about the crew. See, it's...
And I have
something
about
else.
it of one of the crew, if you would like as well.
The
You can
what?
spread his
The dust.
ashes.
Dust. He
Yeah,
kind of,
he
he
was
kind of
turned
takes the
into-
container with Ludeman's ashes
Send
in
it to
and
his
just goes,
family, not that you would care. You really stupid little stones.
Okay, he kind of carries it by his side.
He was turned into a zombie or something like that by this black magic
Um,
goo, and that is all we found.
He notices the blanket that Ayla is carrying.
Okay.
He kind of points at it and goes, What's that all about?
Some artifact they discovered down there. I'll give them the page.
Oh no, they didn't want
The page?
The one from the journal?
The one from the journal. Okay,
Where they
so
discuss
he
not
kind of
showing it.
takes the page and looks
That
at
feels
it.
like sharing someone's diary to someone who didn't want to someone else to know the
That's-
gossip.
Specifically.
Moreover,
To be fair, you already tore a page out of the
I'm
guy's
literally
diary.
looking at Ayla being like,
But
also,
"Alright,
he
you're
did
alright."
not
emotionally
massive
attached.
eyelids.
This is above my
Yeah.
pay grade.
Like they're dying wishes. We're going to tell the person you're just going to.
He kind of has a
We're
look.
dead now, innit?
He says to himself, why wouldn't they tell me? That's what did
I'm
they
sure.
find?
Some thing, I'm not entirely sure. It seems to have bonded to me, unfortunately.
Imprinted.
Bonded to you.
You imprinted on my
Emotionally,
daughter.
actually.
have it?
Interesting.
Are you like showing it to him?
Yeah, I'll gently like unwrap it, like not necessarily unwrap, but like shift it around so you can see a little bit.
Okay, so you kind of like as you. Kind of,
Why are we
it's like
holding this like a small baby? We're
It
like,
is a baby.
He
Protect at all
he
costs.
kind of like looks at it. He like kind of peers quite closely at it. He says brass, like as he looks at the
and Yue says, what?
The metal. The metal
Wait.
this is made of, I'm familiar with it. It's Zalinger brass.
Are
It's
you
a
saying
it's
it's
an
just
alloy.
brass
It's
that's
used to contain and conduct magical energy.
He's
Oh.
saying words, I'm sure of it.
There's,
Interesting. So,
It's a lot of information.
wow.
He's kind of peering at it, like trying to like he looks very confused.
Anyways, can we get paid now?
and can you get this thing off?
He kind of like snaps out of it, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. Come with me." And he like kind of like he's still a bit distracted. He looks around and walks back to his house.
Hey, dispatch. Yeah, that's your name.
Yes,
Is there
Argo.
anything that you're telling us? Not telling us.
there are many things that I haven't told you about myself.
Yeah, well, it doesn't
I
matter
was
if we
born
get
in
money.
81.
I have 3 nipples.
Argo, shut
My
your face.
favorite food
If
is
he
shepherd's
gives-
pie.
If he gives me a check, I couldn't care.
He says,
Flora,
yeah.
shut your
I have
goddamn-
done many things for a check.
He says-
have let go
Shut the
of it.
fuck up, Florian.
He says, "This is all you need to know about me," and this is as you're entering his house. He kind of opens a drawer and takes out a small pouch which jingles around. It contains money. He gives each of you 10 gold pieces
Well,
as payment for doing
10
the
gold
job.
Gang, gang.
bitch.
This is a pretty simple job, guys.
Okay, that's fair.
It's not our fault that we're done.
Yeah.
I didn't know actually how much I was getting paid for this before
Yeah.
I started this, by the
he
way.
he sort of like kind of looks back at Argo and says, "I certainly hope that I meet you again."
That's a creepy as fuck thing to say.
Well, you said that there's something he's not telling you. He's like, "I'd love to tell you more about myself in the future. However, for the moment, I think the thing that you should all be concerned about is that," and he points at the artifact which
Yes.
has bound itself to Ayla. He's like, "There's nothing I can do about that.
great.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's attached itself to him."
Wasn't it in your
Her.
cellar though?
What?
They said cellar, like they clicked on a brick and it opened and it was. Oh wait, that was something else. I'm getting confused now.
Florian,
There's so many magical
starting to
items.
do your
I can
accent.
I can hardly keep up.
He says, "I don't know enough about what you have there to be able to help you.
Do you know
Remove
where
it
your
from yourself."
artificer could be?
Lucille, I have no idea. I haven't heard from her.
At least you know how to get this thing off me.
I would suggest that you won't find answers here in South Cape Hold. You will have to go up the coast, I suspect, to Barkingstone, the next city onwards, through the Howling Woods. There you will find a university where masonry is a large subject of study. I suspect you'll find somebody who will know more about the metal and more about the magical gem fragment inside and be able to help you.
So in the meantime, I'm just meant to lug around an artifact.
It's not that heavy. Like it's maybe weighs like 3 or
get
4
you a
kilos.
little, like one of those
It's
little
pretty lightweight. But yeah, you can just carry it around, and you have a dwarf who has loves containers. It's not going to be hard to
It's a matchmaking habit.
have
As long as
it.
I don't need to be carrying.
You don't need to be right next to it. As long as you remain within about 15 feet of it, you'll be fine.
Awesome.
We can take turns, don't worry.
Okay.
Um,
Wait,
Container.
actually, why am I still hanging out with you guys?
Question: can I roll a history check on the places that you mentioned?
You can, yes.
Keothi pulls out the hammer, the platinum hammer, and the sword, and he's like, "Do you recognize these at all? I found them down in the."
He says, "That's a short sword."
Oh, really?
And then he says,
Got an 18.
"That's a neat hammer." He says, "I don't need it. You found it up there. I don't need it. You can have it.
Well, that's just
Consider it extra payment."
Well, okay.
Oh, so you're okay when he steals stuff?
You tried to steal a wondrous item from me.
I didn't know it was a wondrous.
I
Anyway,
didn't
you
care.
did too.
That's cursed, though,
I got
right?
an
Like,
18.
unequivocally.
History. Barkingstone
is curious
is the next
why
city
this
up the coast.
This
I'm
was
just.
I
I
it's
don't
quite a
mean
large
to be
city.
rude. It's just definitely
You know
cursed.
that there is a university
You're
there.
carrying around like a little
That's
There is
fine.
also
It's thriving.
a kick-ass market, a bunch of inns. The docks are kind of rowdy. It's approaching trading season, so that the energy's starting to build up in the place. You know enough about the town to be able to kind of navigate it.
Vibes.
Yeah.
I can do that too.
Well, if
Alright.
you're heading to Barkingstone,
Yeah.
I can come with you. I've been looking for a populated town.
Oh, I appreciate the company. This is probably going to take a while.
Yeah.
Any of you guys as
I'm
well?
looking for customers.
I'll
Or is,
come with
am I
you.
going to be with just Florian?
What
No,
excellent
I
company
would
you
like to
are.
come with you, and
What are you trying to say, mate?
this hammer is interesting to me, so I'm going to try and investigate it a little bit more. But also, I feel almost a personal duty to find out what happened to Lucille. I don't know why. I just need to make sure that she's okay.
Yue Pats is very tall Goliath woman.
On like the
Oh.
hip.
Yeah, like at whatever
her,
height.
Man,
Goliath man.
Digigrade or whatever it was.
Keothi's a dude.
Yeah. Keothi is a guy.
This is
Misgender.
why.
A man.
This is why
He's
when we
so-
first
This
found
whole
characters,
time.
we do their gender.
Yeah.
We're used
Man.
to a strong woman.
I'm
Yeah.
so used to your strong women,
John,
Kate, that I
what do
just-
you think of the prospect of going to a town, big city with lots of people?
Oh, look, I'm from a small city. I don't know. I'm not a big city.
You can
girl.
You
sell
are.
your
You can.
containers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever seen a big city, John?
no.
And where better to start?
Ugh. I haven't been around so many people since the halfling community, but I would literally die if I do not figure out what's happening.
Oh, you want to
Alright.
be with me more? Argo, stop.
You
Okay,
ain't-
I've changed my mind.
All your
I'm
new
back
friends
into
appear
that.
to be going together to this.
Yue does not really want to hang out with these guys, to be honest.
However, it's
It's
bloody
just-
cold here.
Yeah, however, it's very cold in this town, and she's been wanting to get out for a
We'll
while.
get you a sweater.
And so she kind of would like to head up towards the coast and maybe head in a different direction after getting to Barkingstone.
You now have the money to feasibly get
Yeah,
there. So
yeah. That's what she wants
All right.
to do.
you guys all collectively make a decision to go to Barkingstone together. At least that's the plan.
And potentially
And
part
that-
ways at Barkingstone.
That is the end of this session.
Oh! What's that, y'all?
Hey.
Thank you for listening. We hope to see you next time on Rolling with the Homies, where our lovely little crew will head up together to Barkingstone to try and solve the mystery of the artifact.